Order.
Here we go. Let's go.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On second down, here's Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And out of bounds right around the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Play time, guys. Let's go. Cut. 380.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Mike Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Out to kick is Janikowski. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, Newton. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Frank Clark able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The pitch goes to Petty, and he's got room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Wide open receiver complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1 yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A handoff to Penny. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Penny. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Davis will try to run for it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 40. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go.
On second down, Anderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now he'll tuck it and run. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They give it to Anderson. Room here to run. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Newton on 1st down. Going for it all. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Anderson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Devin Funches, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gano the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
go again with McKissick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And Dixon has it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll toss it to Penny. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Right back to him on 1st down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Here's Newton now on second down. And Olsen over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Newton. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And Newton's going to keep it. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton taking it in. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And Marshall's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Wilson now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Davis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. This complete to Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he's got some space here. Finding room to the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Hey, over here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
That's such a close game, a very big one. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Out out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. That's a strong running, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. It's the Pats that have taken a late lead over the Jets. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. A dump off to Anderson. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen in the final minute. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Tenth carry now for Anderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Carolina, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.